Hello, my name is Barbara. Welcome to Stitching and Tea with B. Hello, Flosstube. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah, happy Kwanzaa, all the things. I hope that everyone is enjoying this holiday season, spending time with family and friends, making some wonderful memories, and getting in some stitchy time. It's so important for me to get in some stitchy time. I look at that as self-care. And sometimes I need to get a little break and an escape from all the noise and the hustle and bustle of all the things and sit in my stitchy spot and take up my needle and thread and my current project and have some stitching time. So I hope that you're able to do that as well. How's everyone doing? I'm doing well. Looking forward to 2025, which is just standing right over there in the wings, waving at me. A lot of wonderful things will happen in 2025, and I'm looking forward to that, being optimistic and keeping an open mind. I've got a couple of trips planned, so I'm excited about that. I know my brother and I will probably be gracing the theater. We love musicals, and he gets season tickets, so we just kind of get out there and do our thing. So I'm excited about that. We have some issues, some challenges that our family personally will be taking on for 2025. So if you are the praying kind, we would appreciate your prayers. And perhaps I can share more about that a little later. But right now, we're going to move on. I want to say thank you so very much from the very, very bottom of my heart to all of you who have been liking, subscribing, watching, and commenting on my videos. A special, special warm thank you to those of you who have been shouting me out. Well, wouldn't you know it? Okay, speed on by. Rude. Stitching with Sandy. Thank you, Sandy, for shouting me out. Barb Olivieri, and I really hope that I'm pronouncing that correctly. Thank you so much for shouting me out. And Maggie Lou Stitches, thank you so much for mentioning me on your channel. That's a very important thing to do, isn't it? So that we can share each other with each other and grow the community. I think that's wonderful. And I'm so thankful and grateful for those of you who have been doing that for me, because that's really helping me to get out there and be seen. So that being said, if you find value or you just like what you see here, I hope that you would consider becoming a subscriber. You would like the video and then ring that bell for notifications so you know the next time I upload a video. Thank you to the new folks who are coming to check me out today for the first time. You will learn that we talk stitching and tea here, and not gossip tea, but actual drinking tea. And I talk about the teas a little bit and maybe how they are affecting my life or health. And then we that's what we do. I post once a month, and that's going to be going forward in 2025 as far as I can tell. And yes, so that being said, let's dive in. I'm going to take my glasses off because I'm facing my backyard. And you know me, bird, squirrel, whatever comes in the yard is going to catch my attention. But if I can't see it, then we're golden. All right. So we're going to be talking about November stitches, the things that I stitched in November. And when I was thinking about putting my video together, I thought, well, I hadn't stitched very much. But when I started laying things out, I did well. I did quite a bit, actually. And I started new things. I didn't need to start anything because you'll recall this is my year of whips. I started the year off with 26 whips, and I do believe that I'm ending the year with 26 whips. So that's interesting. But what happened was I finished some things and I started some things. I really wasn't planning to start anything. I just wanted to get through my whips so that in 2025, I could start all the new things, because one year I did the 12 by 12, on New Year's Eve. You do one project an hour. I did that, and I wanted to do that again, but I'm not going to partake in that this time because I just have too many things started, too many tabs open, and that's kind of boggling my mind. So I want to work on the whips that I have. I'm also going to go along with the Pacific Northwest Stitcher, and I think she goes by PNW Stitcher. She's on a no buy or a no spend year. I don't know if it's January or the whole year, but I'm going to be working from stash. Now, there are some specialty things that will come along during the year. Excuse me. Let me say here, my neighbor next door has the little dog outside again, and we discussed last month the dog is very yappy. I'm hoping that they'll bring the dog in, but if they don't and that my microphone picks that up, there's really nothing I can do about that. Okay, so that being said, let's move forward. So I'm going to be working from my stash. I have a lot of DMC. I have a lot of threads. I have a lot of charts. I have a lot of fabric. And so I tend to kit things up. When I buy a new chart, I buy everything that I need for it, fabric and thread. Doesn't matter if I already have the thread in stash. I don't have a lot of fabric in stash, so when I buy fabric, I always buy the thread too, and that's becoming problematic because now I feel like I just have too much. So I'm going to really try to rein back on what I buy. As I said, there'll be some specialty things throughout the year that I will pick up, but just, window shopping online or whatever, I won't be doing that. And I have a cruise coming up next month, and I will be going to a needle workshop for the first time since 1990 something was the last time I was in the actual needle workshop. And so I'm really hoping that I don't lose my mind in there. I have some things that I want to work on that I'm going to buy fabric and floss for there. And that was part of my budget. But overall, I think I'm just going to try to work from stash. Okay, enough jibber jabber. Let's get on with it. Going to take a sip here. My throat is so dry. Living in Southern California, in my area, we do have season change. I'm looking at my trees now, and they look really pretty, but we have warm days, dry days. It did rain last night. It left us with a beautiful rainbow. But yeah, anyway. My throat is so dry. Okay, so we're talking about November stitches. So let's take a look at my planner. I am a planner girl. I love putting the stickers in, and I have a lot of them, so I use them. Okay, and we'll take a quick look at December, since that's our current month. You'll see more December next month when, there we go, when we're talking about what's going on in December. And even though we're at the end here, I still have a lot of things that I need to fill in. Okay, so that's December. So that's it for this planner. The 2024 planner will go onto the shelf and become a memory book now. I enjoyed this planner. I picked this one up from Marshall's. It has, the months are tabbed, which I like, because you can find what you want quickly and easily. It had lots of space in it for notes, which I also love because I could write my tea notes in there, things that I wanted to remind you guys of or talk to you about, and that was lovely. But my new planner I got already, and it was a pre-order, and I picked this up from the Black Needle Society. And this is Stitching Journal and Planner for 2025. This is so well made. They've got the edge protectors here on the ends of the book, which I appreciate because these ends could get ratty over the year. You've got a nice elastic to keep it all together, and then it's spiral bound so that it lays flat. I don't know if they have any of these. I didn't even check that before I showed it to you, but I won't do a flip through on this because we will be looking at it all through the year. You'll see the different months and all the things that are inside, but it is loaded with organizational things, ways to organize your whips, the SALs. There's challenges in here, and we'll be looking at that as we go into 2025. Okay, speaking of SALs, I wanted to share with you the 2 SALs that I started this month. Again, like I needed to start anything, but I did. And one of them is the Put a Bird On It SAL with Sunshine Stitchers. We'll be working on this pattern here, Put a Bird On It, from Modern Folk Embroidery. This is a 13-month SAL. The pattern has been divided into sections, and you can start where you want, use whatever thread and floss that you want. It's your design. You do what you want with it. This is charted as monochrome, but as you can see, Roxy Floss Co. has done a color conversion on it. And you know, you choose your own threads. I did not use this color conversion. I opted to do monochrome, and you'll see more of that in next month when I'm talking about this more. That's the Put a Bird On It SAL. All of this information will be in the description box below. Okay. The next SAL that I'm participating in, another one that I didn't need to start, but just couldn't help myself because I love birds, is the Coop SAL, and this one is hosted by Helen D. Okay, so with this one, we are to stitch a bird pattern from Pigeon Coop. Now, Max Pigeon has a lot of birds. Some are in his book. You guys might know the book, but I picked this one up at his Black Friday sale, and I decided that I would do this one. Since I was going to stitch it anyway, I thought I might as well join the SAL, and this is Partridge and Pear. I am off to a really good start on this, and I can't wait to show it to you guys next month. Maybe I should show you now. No, because I don't have a lot of stitching for next month. Anyway, this is Partridge and Pear, and this is going to be part of the Coop SAL with Helen D. Again, I'll make notations down at the bottom for that. Okay, before I move on to the next thing, because I'm talking about Helen D, let me share with you the Flosstubers that I've been watching. Helen D, and again, all of this is going to be in the description box below. I have really been enjoying the runner stitcher, Andrew, and his sweet little dog, Winston, that I just love Winston so much. And so Andrew did Flossmas, and he did a daily advent, and I latched onto that, and I've been going with him throughout the whole time, and it's kind of sad that it has come to an end because I look forward to that, right? So they were short videos, which I appreciated. I usually was have them on while I'm doing my walking, because I walk for about 15 minutes in the morning, and I would just watch that while I did my walking. I did, getting some steps in early in the morning to get these old joints moving. But yeah, I'm going to really miss that. That's been a lot of fun. Another Flosstuber is Down the Rabbit Hole, Heidi. She is hilarious. Now, to tell you what, Heidi and I could get along. We are a lot alike in many ways. She says a lot of things that I would say, but don't. She's just right out there, and I love that about her. Another one is PNW Stitcher. Now, that's the Pacific Northwest Stitcher. She is, I think her name's Olga. I think that's her name. I love her work. Go check her out. Also, Daybreak Stitcher. Now, this is Jerica, and Jerica is stitching, just like Andrew, is stitching that... the Modern Folk Embroidery Advent. I'm going to jump in on that for 2025, if that's a thing. I'm going to do that. That looks so good, and seeing all of the people who are joining that and see the pattern come to life. And Jerica does a really good job on. She has videos, but she also has an Instagram, and she's posting daily on Instagram. And it was really fun watching that come to be. That Sal. Also, Jolly Stitches. That's spelled DJALI Stitches. And she does beautiful, beautiful stitching. She's completed some really nice pieces. She calls them epic, and epic they are. So all of that's going to be listed down below. And I encourage you to go and give all of these folks a look if you're not already. Okay, so Jingle Ball. Who went? I did. I went to the Jingle Ball. That week turned out to not be such a good week for me. And so I ended up staying in the shadows. I did enjoy myself. I had a good time. I thought the music and entertainment was fantastic, just as I always do. I did poke my head into some of the stitching tables, but I honestly was completely overwhelmed. And as I said, there was a lot of stuff going on for us that week. So I stayed in the shadows. There are many other opportunities coming up with Stephanie Webb from Lindy Stitches. I will also link her below because she already has her 2025 itinerary up, and you might want to join in on some of those things. I am going to get better at being more social in these arenas because, I like to talk too, sort of. And so that is my goal for 2025, to kind of step out of my comfort zone and become more social in these arenas. So, Jingle Ball. I purchased a few things. Of course I did. One thing I got was the Jingle Ball Bobble Book. Now, I will always buy this because to me, it's like a souvenir of the time that I spent there. I have 3 of them now because I've been to all 3 Jingle Balls. And so this cover photo was designed by Tiny Modernist, and then all of the designers are on the back. What this is a little yearbook, a little souvenir of our time at the Jingle Ball, where each of the designers submits a design. It's an ornament. And so look at this pickle that Jody from Satsuma Street designed. And then the Santa here is from Teresa Kogut. And this cute Christmas bear, Stacy Nash designed that one. So I haven't stitched anything from any of the Bobble books, but I have them all. And now, since I'm working from stash, that will give me an opportunity to really get into this. So I purchased that. Along with that, I purchased the sticker pack because I love the icons from the Jingle Ball. Got my Jingle Ball shirt on. See that? And I love the swan. Swans are important to me, and they have a special meaning. So I love that. So cute. I also picked up some PDFs. Now, the things that I purchased on PDFs, they're not exclusive, and they're not, I don't even know, they're new, but they're not exclusive. So you can go get them too. One was, what's it? The Christmas Cuckoo Clock. You may recall that I started the Halloween Cuckoo Clock, and it's sitting over there not getting any love. And again, another whip that I started that I didn't need to start. But anyway, I love the vintage look of this. And so I had to pick that one up. And then another vintage thing is the Joy to the World. I love the vintage ornaments. It's just so nostalgic to me. I just love it so much. So I picked that up. And then I got Teresa Kogut has this blue coat Santa. Now, I don't recall if this was exclusive to the ball or not, but this Santa Claus is stitched on cloth and then cut out and stuffed. And when she showed that, I fell in love with him. I love Teresa's Santas. I think she does a bang-up job with them. They're so, so cute. And he's going to be the first of a few. I don't recall how many she said she's going to make, but it's going to be more than just him. And so, to that, I bought, I should have brought my board over, her sticker pack of Santas. There are 4 of them. Probably hard to see. Let's see. Yeah. So cute. I do believe that her next Santa is going to be this one. The pink coat, which I'm really excited about. I think it's going to be really cute. And last but not least, I purchased some things from Stacy Nash, but not charts. Nope. Now, Stacy is a wonderful designer in her own right, but her daughter was on with her, and she presented some home products, one of which was a candle. Sorry. One of which was a candle. And so these are, I think they're soy-based. At any rate, I love a tin. I love the packaging, and this gold tin will not go to waste. When this is empty, I am definitely going to repurpose this. And this is called Christmas Eve. Yes, it's coconut and soy wax. Burns really, really cleanly. It's very light. I like that. It has a good fragrance throw, and I've been burning it in the evening. I really like it. It smells so, so pretty. It's a little bit of Christmas tree and a little bit of some sort of a fruit. I haven't quite picked that out yet. So it's got a teeny bit of sweetness to it, but it's mostly savory. It smells like Christmas. It's really nice. The other thing I picked up from her was her lotion bar. She makes these lotion bars, and so they come in this little screw tin. They're wrapped in wax paper, which I love because that's just so nostalgic for me. And then you open it up, and you have a nice little lotion bar, and you just rub that onto your skin, and it warms up with your body heat. Just need a little bit, and I just wrap it back up in the wax paper, close the tin up, and just rub that in. And it's really nice. Just a little goes a long way. It's not too greasy, and if you use just a little bit. So those are the things that I purchased from the Jingle Ball. Okay, let's do... Well, I don't have haul, but I do want to show you some project bags that I picked up along the way. But before I get into that, I wanted to show you something funny. So if you've been here for a minute, you know that I'm a stitcher from way back. I started stitching in 1986 is when I started my cross stitching, and then I stopped to raise my family and all the rest. But back in the 80s, you want to see my project bag? I still have a couple. Look like this. What in the world? Okay, it was plastic, drawstring. Lee Ward's was my craft store, and guys, I guess it was like Michael's. That's the easy way to put it. It was like Michael's. They had everything. So that's my project bag. Look, it says, I'd rather be crafted. And so 80s with the goose, right? If some of you old heads out there remember back in the day, we stitched geese and teddy bears and bowls with apples in them and bowls with cherries in them and lots of flowers. Still a lot of flowers today, but these flowers were different. So, but this was my project bag. Like I said, I still have a couple of these, and I have projects in them. I dumped this one out so I could show it to you. So you would write what the project is on there, and you can see I kept it blank because I'm very frugal, and once I finished with one project, I wanted to be able to use it for another one and not have a bunch of mishmash going on down there. But I love these. I think they're so cute. Drawstring. Now, these are from the 80s, yes, and I still have it. But I had been watching Corinne from Coop Creates, and she mentioned that she makes project bags. She had an Etsy store. And I said, well, let me go take a look at that. And I'm so glad that I did. I keep my projects in the plastic zip pouches that I got from Simon Says Stamp. As a card maker, I have a lot of those. So I just started shifting the card making things out and putting my cross stitch projects in. And that works beautifully for me. And they all fit nicely into the cubby where I keep them. And I really wasn't going to get into fabric project bags because I thought, do I really need that? And then when I went to Corinne's Etsy shop, I said, yes, I do need that because I needed this. I didn't know I needed it until I saw it. Look at this. Isn't that so cute? It is all bee themed, and y'all know me. I'm all about the bees. See that? Isn't that fabric beautiful? And it's so beautifully made. She did a fantastic job with it. I've unzipped it so that I could show you the inside. Bzzz. Look at all those bees. So pretty. I'm very happy with it. And I'm going to keep my tiny modernist bee queen stitch in that for now. And this will be my bee stitch bag. I liked it so much. I went back a few days later and I picked up another one. I had to have this. Look at the patchwork on this one. Isn't that so beautiful? And you got a little bit of kente cloth running across the top, which is also so special. And it's also the centerpiece here, which I loved. She included with this one a little charm of Africa and also a charm that says 2024, which I totally appreciate. But this, let me show you the inside. A tone-on-tone dot, which is fun. But this is the reason this bag caught my heart. Watch the back. Look at that. Isn't that good? I just love it. You all might recall my stitch called To Market. Well, I went back to that designer on Etsy and she has To Market too. So, of course, I picked up that chart and I will be starting that one sometime in 2025. But for now, this one will house my This Juneteenth Day stitch. Okay, so that's my haul. Not really a haul. Haul indicates that you have a lot of stuff. That wasn't a lot. That's just a couple of things that I purchased. I'm going to go into Stitchy Kindness and then we'll be moving on. I do have some Stitchy Kindness. Now, like I said, I was on Corinne's Etsy shop. And with my last order, you know what she did? She gifted me another project bag. This one was on my wish list, and I thought that was so sweet of her. So sweet of you, Corinne. Thank you so much. And this one is so cute. Look, it's a little smaller, which I appreciate because I have the perfect project to go in here. It's got the vinyl front, and it's got these beautiful gold stars in there. I love the gold stars in there. But you know why this one won my heart? Look at this. Ooh. Isn't that fabric something else? Isn't that so good? I just love it so much. So pretty. And this one, I'm going to put in my Silver Creek Samplers Day of Jubilee stitch. It's going to go in this one. So that was some Stitchy Kindness. But that wasn't all she sent, guys. She gifted me 3 bags of tea. 3 bags of tea. Tangy turmeric. That one's going to be really good. Ginger peach, which is a black tea. So you know I love that. And my husband's going to love this one too because I'm going to make him iced tea with this. Really good. And you know what? You slice up, grate in a little bit of ginger, and then you put in a little bit of syrup from a can of peaches. Ooh, he loved me too much. And this one is Green Tea Delight. And you can see I've been drinking it. It's really good. And it's a beautiful color too. You know, green tea, we need to be having green tea as part of our regimen because there's so many health benefits to green tea. This ain't the tea segment though. Okay, sorry. But anyway, thank you so much, Corinne. I appreciate your kindness and your gifts, and it's wonderful of you to think of me in this way. Okay, let me take another sip of my water. Look, I'm looking at my timer. It's been a half an hour. And we have gotten to no stitching. I hope you don't mind. I was feeling chatty today. But now that my table is clear, I've told you all the things I need to tell you in the opening. So, it's tea time. Okay, I am back and I have tea. So I'm so excited about the tea that I'm drinking today. I purchased this from a company that I found on TikTok, believe it or not. Now, I watched this young lady give her presentations. She's beautiful, by the way. And I read the comments and I went to her website and read the testimonials, and I decided to go ahead and give it a try. I purchased 4 of her flavors. They all do different things. It's a beautiful website too, full of information as well as a nice presentation of product. But I got 4 teas, and she says that you can use them together. They all have different ingredients, but they do have some overlapping ingredients. But this one that I'm sharing with you today is called Immune Builder. This is perfect for this time of year when people are coughing and sneezing and catching all the things. I went to a play earlier in the week with my brother, and people were coughing around me, and I was so glad that I've been taking this tea so that I felt a little bit more comfortable being in that environment. It's never fun, but I wasn't too worried about it, and I feel fine. I feel fine. But this tea is a powerhouse packed with all kinds of goodness. It's an herbal tea, which means there's no caffeine and can be enjoyed by any and all, any time of day or night. Not going to keep you awake or have you buzzing about. It's a wonderful, smooth blend of herbs. Let me tell you what's in this tea. There's elderberry, black seed, soursop, nettle, hibiscus, rose hips, wild cherry bark, and a new-to-me herb called Schisandra or Schisandra. Not quite sure on the pronunciation. I listened to it on Google. I got multiple, so if you know the correct pronunciation of it, good. I'm glad that you could say it correctly. But it is spelled Schisandra, and I'm excited about that particular herb in particular. So let's get on with it. This tea, as I said, is a powerhouse. It's got so many good wellness benefits to it, things that will help with your heart health, your blood sugar, aid in digestion, anti-inflammatory, liver health, glucose levels, LDL, getting your bad cholesterol down, an expectorant, all sorts of good things. There's even with your nettles, of course, you're going to get a little bit of vitamins A, C, and K, and minerals. So you're going to get a little bit of iron, some potassium, maybe a little calcium in there. But in the soursop is very beneficial for those people who might have some abnormal cells. Keep that in mind. Do a little research on that. And speaking of research, this tea is herbal, as I've said before. And anytime I introduce a new herbal tea into my regimen, I always research every single ingredient that's in the tea. And I do that because I believe that herbs and trees, flowers, berries, all the things are here for our wellness, are here for our healing. So I need to make sure that none of those ingredients contradict or collide with or cancel out any of my prescription medications. Okay, so, and I always encourage people to do that. If you're having an herbal tea, especially one that is rooted in wellness, like this one is. The young lady, I can't remember her name. It's a unique name. I can't remember her name, but she has done a fantastic job of blending these teas, because the ingredients that she's put together in this particular blend work synergistically. They all have a commonality of anti-inflammatory and like I said, wellness tea. So just trying to make sure that your system is running smoothly. So like I said, it's going to help with digestion, expectorant, getting mucus out. So you see how it's working with everything inside of you. And I like that she's got a wide variety of herbs in here, because she's targeting different areas of the body, and lots of them are organ related, which is wonderful because all the organs work together, right? So you got to be able to breathe. So we have an expectorant, right? And you want your heart to flow. You need the things to flow through smoothly. So you have things that will help with your heart health. And that's what you want in a wellness tea. That's what you want. So here, take a look at it. You can see here is soursop. And then, like I said, it's got elderberries in it. It is elderberry heavy. That's the first ingredient on here, which means that's what you're going to have the most of. I'm not mad about it. I'm not mad about it at all. I had mentioned that I don't like fruity teas hot, and I don't. This one that I'm having now is a little, it's room temperature, just a little bit more than room temperature. So I brewed it maybe about, 10 minutes ago. So it's not hot at all. And I like it. I have sweetened this one with monk fruit. It would be good with honey. I am washing my glucose. I had some cornbread with my soup this morning. So I figured that was enough sugar for right then. But I sweetened this one with the monk fruit. So I'm going to take a sip of this as I'm feeling a little parched. Cheers. Oh, got it in my Jingle Ball mug, Jingle Ball 2024. See that? I just love all the little icons that came with this Jingle Ball. Squirrel. Where are my manners? Cheers. That is so good. What I get from that is elderberry and hibiscus. The elderberry is lovely. It's just nostalgic to me, I think. But, it tastes like a berry, and the hibiscus comes right in behind it and gives you a little bit of that bitter. And I am one who likes bitter things. So remember, your liver loves bitter. So the bitter, the better, I say, for the liver. And it just, it's going to clear things out, move things along. Again, the ingredients in this tea all working together to keep the insides good. And, it's good for respiratory, which is very important for a couple of these things that are rolling around. The CV19. Cheers. We have to take care of ourselves so that we can take care of others, right? So this is absolutely delicious. I will be going over the other teas later on, coming up in 2025. But I thought that this was very important to get this one out now in case anybody wanted to try it. It is so good. And I know that it's doing good things for me, too. Okay, another sip before we go. Did I say this would be good iced? For those of you who enjoy iced tea, can't go wrong here. All year long. This is an all year long tea. We're not just going to pull it out in the winter months or the summer months. We're going to drink it all year long. A cup a day is what I take. Herbal teas I do kind of treat more on a medicinal side. Not a big fan of herbal teas, but I know that herbal teas are a big fan of me, and they do wonderful things in my system. I'm still going to drink my black tea and my green tea and my matcha and all the other teas, but I tell you what, I'm going to always throw in a cup of herbal tea too, because it's just that important. Okay, so where to next? Oh, let me show you what I've been stitching. I'll be right back. Okay, let me show you what I worked on for the month of November. I worked on this Juneteenth day. Now, this is the stitch that I do the 19th of the month, and so I pulled it out last month and did a little work on it. When we were last together, I had finished this side and the complete flag. I had to work this motif in, finish up this bottom banner, and then continue this top banner. And so this is where I am with it. Can hear an airplane in the background. I hope that's not picking up on my microphone. So, anywho, here I am with it. This is this Juneteenth day, and I stitched this on 14 count oatmeal Aida cloth from Fiber on a Whim using the called for threads, and I used 2 threads over 1 little square. And look, goal completed. I finished the banners, top and bottom, and I added the motif. So when I come back to it next time, I'm going to come up here and put in this motif. I may do both of them, just depending on the time that I have. But what I found out when I came up to count this out was that I made an error in this area right here. If you see here, this part has a little separation. This one should have one as well. See if you can see that. No, kind of tiny. I'll bring it in right there. And I did not allow that space there, so the count is off. Lucky for me, I had enough forethought to make these motifs individual stitches. And what I mean by that is this is not a continuous stitch. This is one, this is one, and this is one. Wherever she had a break in the pattern, I put in stitches just for that area. And I did the same thing here. These leaves are all individual. They're not they're not all connected. And I do that kind of for sanity, for my peace of mind. Not only do I feel like I'm accomplishing something by completing this, but it feels like a safeguard to me if I make a mistake. And so it turned out to be just that very thing for this area here, because I did make an error that I'm going to have to frog out. But I'll frog it out and be able to repair that and then get on with the rest of the stitch. I'm excited. I forecast a finish of this one for hopefully before June 19th, 2025. Okay, so that's this Juneteenth day by Shaded Stitchery. The next thing that I worked on, let me go ahead and get this out of the way, was Happy Scarecrow from Teresa Kogut. And I think that the last time we were together, my goal was to outline this little fella on the outside here so that I could do a lot of fill-in. I fell short on that. I did not get over to this side, but let me show you what I did do. So Happy Scarecrow is stitched on 16 count Moon Glow Aida cloth from Picture This Plus using the called for threads. And so I was able to work a little bit of his arm up and fill in a lot more of this area here. So this is not anything that I need right away. I do want to work on it all throughout 2025 or work on these types of projects throughout the year. I like fall stitching. You know what? I think I like fall stitching more than I like Christmas stitching. And so you'll see, I kind of stacked the deck for fall. I did a lot of fall starts, and they're coming right along. But anyway, I plan to work on this throughout the year. Okay. The next thing that I worked on is a start and finish. And it is Give Thanks from Primrose Cottage. Now, y'all knew I had to put a Primrose Cottage stitch in here. I stitch something from them all the time. This is no surprise. But anyway, this one, Give Thanks, is from their free stitch, free pattern Friday. So if you sign up to their newsletter, then once a month, they will send out a free pattern. What better way to try Primrose Cottage? So anyway, I stitched this and finished it. I stitched this Give Thanks on 16 count country French golden needle from Witchelt using the called for threads. It's 14 count. So is it? I just said 16, didn't I? Wow. I need to pay attention. It's 16 count, but I did I use? Yeah, 2 threads. So I did 2 threads over one little square. You know what? I think I like 16 count. Back in the day, I used 18 count. And when I got back into cross stitching, I did try that. I don't like it as much as I used to. I don't dislike it, but I think that 16 wasn't readily available back then in the 80s, I don't think, or I hadn't heard of it. But 14, the holes look a little bit large. 18, a little too small. And 16 is like that Goldilocks spot, right? It's just right. And that's how I feel about this anyway. Goodness, tangent. I love this. It's got all my things in it for fall, right? I got my pumpkins and my crow. Ooh, this just makes me happy. Don't know what I'm going to do with this. Maybe a pillow, maybe framed. I'm thinking framed, though, in a rustic frame, and then put this in, like tuck it into a bookcase for next year. So that's Give Thanks from Primrose Cottage, stitched on 16 count country French golden needle Aida cloth from Witchelt. And again, get this, sign up for that newsletter, because this is, I believe, the second one that we've gotten, and they've all been quite cute. So for December, the one out for December is really, really cute. It's like cocoa and cookies or something like that. Very, very cute. Anyway, they're smalls, something that you can stitch up zippity quickety. Look at that variegation in that floss. You know, I just love the fancy floss. I think that they are so pretty. And this all is the same floss. See how you have the lights in there? Oh, I just love that so much. All right. The next thing that I worked on, because November is Black Sampler November, I believe is what people were calling it. This is a pattern that I've had in my stash for some time, and I thought that this was the perfect time to bring it out. I've been wanting to stitch a monochromatic stitch. I absolutely love those, and I know Primrose Cottage does that on their Quakers. So this was different because it's not a Quaker. I love the alphabets, as you know. And then there's my crow and my pumpkin. So this is just right up my alley. A lot of my goodies are in here. So let me show you what I did with it. Here it comes. All right. I like to fold back that extra fabric. So, Ye Old Crow Sampler is from Heart in Hand, and I stitched this on 14 count Legacy from Picture This Plus using the called for thread, which was Onyx by Weeks Dye Works. I love that it's just one color. I love that. So this was a new start, and I've come quite a ways on it. This was my focus piece because I really wanted to finish this for Black Sampler November. Got really close, but Obviously, not close enough. So I still have this whole bottom section to do, adding in the date, my initials, and then the main motif. Oh, and then there's buttons to put on, and also some Smyrna stitches that I need to add in. And this one, I love the pillow. I do. But I think I'm going to frame this one as well. I'm a framing kind of gal. I do like the pillows, but I don't want to be fiddling with stuff, So we'll see. Well, you know me, this may go in the drawer and you never see it again. Just being honest. Anyway, that's Ye Old Crow sampler from Heart and Hand. The next thing I worked on was also a start. And this is Fall is in the Air. And this is from It's So Emma. And Fat Quarter Shop does the Stitch Quarterlies. Now, I don't subscribe to that because I don't want to just receive random things. I wait until they publish the kit, and then I make a determination on whether I want it or not. And so this was a kit where you got needle minder, the threads. I even got some cloth biddies to hold the fabric back. Got the fabric, and of course you get the chart and a project bag. It's really a good deal. And I tell you what, it's my secret. I buy them on Black Friday. And usually you'll get, in Black Friday's past, there have been discounts or you get some goodies with it. That way I really don't mind the money because I feel like I'm getting more bang for my buck. Is it a marketing ploy? Who knows? But it makes me feel fine. So anyway, onward. Here I go on my tangents again. Must be one of those days. So I stitched this, Follows in the Air, and see here is the little needle minder that came in it, this cute little fox. Isn't it cute? So this was a start, and this fabric is 14 count platinum Aida cloth from Zweigart using the called for DMC threads. I'm going to tell you, I dyed this myself. I over dyed it. I'm looking in the camera now and it doesn't really show what I did. And what I used was the spray, the antiquing spray, and I sprayed the fabric and let it dry. And then I gave it a little bit of more spray. I wanted it to be a controlled burn. I just wanted, see, you can see a little bit of the darkness here. I didn't want it to be too dark, but to me, fall stitching needs a little bit of brown in it. As far as the fabric is concerned, I won't stitch on white for fall. I wanted a little bit of color. And even though on the platinum, it's not so much white, it was just too bright for my liking. So I needed to darken it up a little bit. Anywho, so I've done just a small bit on this one, as you can see. Just put in one color of leaves and then started the branch here so that I could go ahead and count off of that and get the rest of those in. Isn't this little fox just the cutest? Isn't it cute? You know what I'm noticing? My room is dark. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. I realized I hadn't opened up my side blinds. So maybe we'll have to start over. I'm not sure. So anywho, this is Fall is in the Air and from It's So Emma. The chart's nice. It's in color. And yeah. Very nicely finished too, isn't it? Very cute. I like that ribbon. So that's Fall is in the Air. It's So Emma. The last thing that I worked on was also a start. And it is I Love Fall Most of All from With Thy Needle and Thread, Brenda Gervais. Now, I have said before that I absolutely love her designs. And so next year for 2025, I'm going to incorporate more of her designs. At the beginning of my cross stitch rebirth, I went bananas on her website. So I have quite a few charts in my stash that I plan to work on. Here's an interesting thing that I find about her charts. They are simple in nature, but once you get into them and you start stitching them, it's a lot going on in there. So it's taking me a little bit longer to get through. But I Love Fall Most of All is here. I stitched this on 16 count Wren from Picture This Plus using the called for threads. And now, Miss Brenda, you have us using Weeks Dye Works, DMC, Gentle Arts, and Classic Color Works. Wow. Okay, all of that. But I believe that it's going to make for a beautiful stitch. I bought this right from her website, and I got this tray and these little pumpkins too. It all came together in a little kit, which I thought was lovely. So I purchased all that. And so this one I will probably make into a pillow so I can display it just as she has here. Anyway, back to the stitch. What do y'all think about these acorns? Well, hers are light as well, huh? They look neon to me. I don't know how I feel about that, which is why I started there. And I thought, well, I'm going to go ahead and give it a go and see what I think of it. I don't know. Perhaps once I get the rest of the colors in or some more colors in. But I do love the pattern. And this little birdie's tail, can you see that? They're Smyrna stitches. I've never done anything like that. Oh, I'm hoping that it turns out nicely. And if it doesn't, I'll rip it out and just put in regular cross stitches. It won't be nearly as dynamic, but it will be pretty. Okay. Well, oh. You know what? That's my stitching for the month of November. Okay. I'll be right back. Okay, we have come to the end of our time together. This will be my last video for 2024, this December video. And yeah, I will be seeing you guys in the new year, 2025. Stay safe. Spend time with your families. Love on them. Love on all of them. Even the ones who can be a little bit abrasive, because you just really don't know what folks are going through. I hope you get in some good stitchy time. I hope you have something really good to drink. I hope you have some really good food too. I hope you have peace, and I hope you have love. And yeah, I'll be back come 2025. I don't know how I'm going to, I have some ideas on how I want to change my format. You notice I don't really go into plans like a lot of Flosstubers do, because I don't really want to hold myself to any kind of accountability. That's really the truth, because I don't want it to feel like a job. I'm stitching to have fun, right? And I'm sharing to have fun, and because I enjoy speaking and spending time with all of you. So I'm not going to hold myself to any plans. I know what I want to do, and if I get that done, well, so be it. And if I don't, well, that's just the way it goes, right? So, that being said, I'm not going to hold you for too much longer. So you go and do what you got to do, because I'm going to go do what I got to do. I'll be talking to you. All right, take care, and bye for now.